Torye. Thank you for agreeing to meet with us and tell us a little bit about how you came to Crossroad and how you came to know the Lord.
So growing up, I didn't really have a relationship with God. I had my family, I came from a family of alcoholics, so my parents divorced very young, and it was my mom who took care of me and my sister. My mom wasn't very religious, so I didn't really grow up too much with church or having anything to do with Christianity. And I also grew up with friends that didn't believe in God. At a very young age, I was addicted to drugs and alcohol around the age of 13, and just got into a lot of trouble. So whenever I met my future husband around 16, I had piercings, my ears were gauged, and so we clicked, but me and his mom did not click. So she did not approve of me at all. She kept trying to take me to church, saying I needed God in my life. I didn't think so. At that point, I really didn't respect Christians at all, out of just the stuff that happened to me in my past. Based off of my own experiences, I eventually convinced myself that there was no God. And so going through the years with my husband, we had a lot of trouble. I started doing bad things, and so I was in a dark place. So his mom recognized that, and she decided to try, after 5 years of asking, to try one more time to get me to go to church. And I finally, to get her to hush, I've said yes, and she took me to one church I don't recall the name of, but whenever I went in there, I saw the judgmental eyes on me, and I didn't feel welcomed. I kind of I had a disrespect even more for Christians, because I just felt judged. And so she took me to Crossroad for a last attempt. And here, people welcomed me despite how I looked, with tattoos and piercings and just dark clothing. They welcomed me here. And I met the pastor, and he wanted to get to know me and my husband a little bit more. So he took us out for lunch, which surprised me how he reached out and got to know a little bit about me and my husband. And so that kind of, what he told me, from our discussions, I started getting a little curious about if God could really love me, knowing the things that I did in the past. And so I started coming to church more and more, started listening to the sermons. I don't recall what all the sermons were all about, but they touched my soul. And I started to feel comforted. And a few months after, I decided to ask the pastor to be baptized. And so that took place. It was awesome. It was like hitting a reset button on my life. And I started growing just more and more and deeper in faith, coming to know that God loved me. So I was asked to teach a class, which I felt totally unqualified to do. And so I gave it a try. And as I did so, I started learning more myself. I enjoyed teaching. And the whole experience it brought me closer to church, brought me closer to God. And I've been coming here ever since, and it's just changed my life. So God has really changed my life and made me a better person.
Tell me a little bit about what you have been doing the past 2 years. The pastor introduced you to the scholarship fund, and what are you doing now with your life? Can you just...
So I started, I'm entering my 3rd year of seminary school. I felt a deep calling or passion for ministering. So I don't know whether that's being a pastor, a teacher, going to missionary work. I'm still waiting for God to show me, but I'm enjoying everything I'm learning with seminary school. And I've been using what I know, what I come to find out I still teach Sunday school, and I also host my own Bible study, and it's going great. So
So God's really made a difference in your life
Yes.
in many, many ways.
Many ways.
Okay, thank you for sharing with us.
Yes.
God bless you.